Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a bit interesting. People always ask me how they can watch the replays and learn from it or whatever, and I even posted a video about this a while ago, like how to improve by watching replays. Except I didn't tell you how to do it, I just said that I did it and that you should do it also. And I guess this is a really long time coming of how to watch your own replays and just figure out what you can do better. And this is what I did when I was trying to get to high elo, Diamond 1 specifically. And yeah, it's pretty much just, if you've seen my lessons videos, it's pretty much the same exact thing, except I do it watching my own videos. And because the thing is, like, when you think about it, when you watch streams of people playing, you can always spot out their mistakes, and maybe you won't see like the more intricate things, obviously, but you can see enough to, I mean, you know, when you're watching a stream chat and everyone is talking about what they can do better, blah blah blah, you know, like the backseat driving kind of thing. And even though when you're like 12 years old watching your mom drive and making fun of her or whatever, obviously you can't drive, but you can spot the mistakes. Basically the point is that even if you aren't good enough to know what to do while you're in the game, sometimes you can see it when you're watching your replays. So anyway, yeah, this is just a random game that I just got done playing. I wasn't really tryharding or anything in this game, but I figured I would just use that as an example anyway, because there's a lot of mistakes from me, and yeah, so this is just a game that I could easily improve from watching, probably. At least that's it. Yeah, I haven't actually watched it myself yet, so maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see as we go through it. And also, this kind of doubles as like an Alistar video, since a lot of people have been asking me what I think about Alistar. So before we get into the video, I'll just say right off the bat that I already thought Alistar was top 4, specifically 4th support in solo queue on patch 4.10 and 4.11. My order is pretty much Thresh, Braum, and Morgana top 3, and then Alistar, and then Nami. And the reason I say that is because Alistar has really good sustain, which is really good on 4.10 and 4.11 because of the lifesteal nerfs on Bloodthirster, and with more people rushing IE, or even like Shiv on Tristana. The sustain is really good, and I just think Alistar is really good in general. Like, he has so much playmaking ability, which is really important in solo queue. He has a lot of roaming. Yeah, he's difficult to play, obviously, but once you can master him, he is really, really good. And the buffs on 4.10, I think, or 4.12, I think he might be top 3 now, because the thing is, he has good matchups versus Morgana and Thresh. Well, Thresh is like even, and then Braum is just a farm lane pretty much. And Alistar and Braum both benefit from farm lanes because their mid and late games are so strong. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's just get into the video, and yeah. So for starters, like right out the back, I can already see something that I could have improved on is, I'm like, what should I buy? Should I buy a ward? And I pause it to look at their team comp, because I'm like, do I need a ward, or can I just go with 4 health pots, or 3 health pots and a mana potion? And I see, oh yeah, they have Lee Sin. I should definitely buy a ward because I don't want to get ganked by Lee Sin. But to counteract this, I could have just looked at their team comp and at loading screen and been like, oh, I know what I need to buy before actually buying, before getting into the game. So I could have saved like 5 seconds there, which may not seem like much, but sometimes it does count. And right here, we ping to invade, and our invade is actually really strong with TF, Alistar, and Lux, but Lux decides to go top, so I mean, that's whatever. We're just going to try to see what we can get. Not picking up an ability yet, but I probably will here, because Pulverize is pretty much always the best. There's like never really reason to get anything other than Pulverize level 1. But in the odd case that I need to get like Headbutt or something, if someone is in this brush, I need to like punt them over the wall or something like that, then whatever, I can just skill up Headbutt. And right here is pretty much Ezreal standing on this point of the wall. So he actually doesn't really, if you bring it into paint like this, he really doesn't have... What the fuck? Why is the background? Oh, because I have a secondary thing, I guess. His vision is like this right now. Like, he can see all of this, but he's like blind to all this area. So if we go up against the wall like this, he actually can't see us. Like, until we get to this point right here, he actually can't even see us. So yeah, you'll see that's pretty much exactly what happens. We just sneak up. TF draws gold card, and right now you can see him move in between the stun, and he's like, oh shit. And there's really no point in blowing summoners here because he would just die anyway. So, pretty free first blood. That was a really bad mistake by Israel. And we'll just base here, and I'm going to buy health pot and mana potion. Mana pot is good because Alistar does have somewhat mana problems. Not as bad anymore, obviously, with the mana reductions on his abilities, but that's okay. Here I'm specifically not warding for Maokai because I want to get this ward down without them knowing it. And I could, because it's a Lee Sin, and like, I don't want to give away that I have a ward here if I don't have to. And I could have even taken this to the next level and put my relic shield in the second slot, because if you think about it, like, if they tab and look at my items, then they'll be like, oh, well, he obviously had a ward. Whereas if I had a relic shield here, they would have been like, oh yes, 4 health potions and no ward, I guess he bought no ward. Yeah. And right here I should have pinged that Lee Sin didn't start blue. Which, like, obviously we don't know this for sure, but we see that Zed is top and that Ezreal is bottom right now, and soon we'll see Karma come out of this brush, I think. So we don't really know for sure. We just know that Lee Sin hasn't gotten a leash, most likely. Because there's no way Ezreal could have already been in lane if he leashed, because Sivir leashed and she's only right there. So we know that Lee Sin didn't get a leash and most likely started red buff, and we'll see, like, later on in the video. I think Lee Sin invades blue. I'm not quite sure, but we should have told our jungler that, because I mean, our jungler should know this as well by looking at the lanes, but you can't always assume that your teammates know these kind of things, and yeah, you have to, it helps to help them out sometimes. So right here we're just watching, like, the beginning of the laning phase, and I take way too much damage here. Sorry to rewind a lot, but this is probably the part where I screwed up the most. Alistar is in general like a weak laner like Braum and takes a lot of poke early, and like that Q right there was completely unnecessary. I didn't need to take that. It doesn't seem like that much, but it's like 80 damage, and 80 damage is, what, half of a health potion? Something like that. And I take another free Q right here, already down to 200 health right off the bat, and I'm taking like 2 autos from Ezreal, and I'm already down a lot of health. And I'm healing up from Relic Shield right now, but it's whatever. I take another auto from Karma here, take another empowered Q, or just take a empowered Q, another auto from Karma, 2 autos from Karma. This is like 4 autos from Karma so far, without me getting any return damage. And I finally go in on Karma here, and this is kind of dicey because if we just look at the situation of the minions, like, I probably shouldn't have even gone in here, but it's like, when look at this situation, they have 3 creeps up, and we only have 1. And the big thing is that these are range creeps, which means they don't actually have to path to you to hit you. They can just attack you from range. So if I go up and pull for like this, all 3 of these minions are going to go onto me and attack me, which ideally is not what I want, but at the same time, like, I don't want her to just put pressure on Sivir for free. But it was probably better to just what do you call it, cut my losses and just path backwards like this, and like, it's whatever. They're gonna chase us, but we can't trade inside of this minion line because it's just too many minions. So as it goes on, we miss the Q here on Sivir, which is huge because that's the only damage that she has right now. Like, Ezreal can put out a Q every like 3 seconds, level 1, if he hits it because of the reduction on his passive or whatever. And then Karma also has a spammable Q. And then I have a 15-second cooldown Q, and Sivir has like a 10-second cooldown or something like that. So right now we're just like auto attackers, and they will sustain over us in the fight, and they have more creeps than us. So you see this creep, the creep aggro's onto me, it drops aggro for a little bit. And right now, I'm just trying to block karma queues right now because I don't want Sivir to get queued for free from karma. And Ezreal goes a little bit too ham right here, and he takes 3 minion aggro, and you can see this range creep is hitting him as well. Actually, 2 range creeps are hitting him, which is pretty huge. So I throw Ignite on him because he drops a health potion. Immediately when he drops his health potion, I put Ignite on him, and he flashes away. So at this point, let's just take a recap of like what happened, and I'm going to explain why I don't flash after Ezreal right here also, because what has been used so far. I've used my Ignite, Karma has used her Ignite, Sivir has used her heal, and Ezreal has used her flash, which means Sivir still has flash up, I still have flash, Karma still has flash, and Ezreal still has heal. Those are the summoners that are still left up. So if I were to flash up to Ezreal right now, he would just heal and get away. And I have no way to gap close, and I would just be flashing all of his minions. So especially like right here, oh, did he just heal? Is that heal? I can't tell. I think he healed. Right here, I could have actually flashed and killed him then. I didn't think that he actually healed. Well, I guess I have 3 seconds on my queue. Let's see if I have time for like when this runs out. Right here, maybe I could have. Like right when my Q got back up. I maybe could have killed him. Thing is, I don't run 80 reds on Alistar, so if I queued, it'll be like 80 damage and then an auto attack with the health pot running. Maybe, but then I'll get like a return kill on me. I'll probably just rather save my flash and know that they have both of their flashes down. Because then, that way if we get a gank or something from Maokai, then I can just flash, pull, headbutt back, and it's a pretty free kill. So it's probably not worth it to even go for it right there. I don't know if I could have gotten the kill. It's definitely possible, but I don't even think it would be worth it if we got the kill in that situation, because I'll just get return killed immediately after. Most likely. Unless I got a level up and then could level my heal, and then maybe I could have survived. Here I'm just continuing to take a ton of poke. Right here I skill up W, which is like, I'm a pretty firm believer in that if you skill up E level 2, then you're just like done for, because thing is, like, if you don't have headbutt, then you're just really useless. I feel like it's better to look for a kill with headbutt pulverize. Like right now I'm thinking, why get heal when I have a health pot running and Ezreal has no health pot left? I can potentially WQ him while he has no flash and no heal, which at the time I didn't even know he didn't have heal. But yeah, at this point it's like I might as well just take W for the all-in potential. And if like Maokai actually comes for a gank, then yeah, we could have potentially killed a turnaround with headbutt. So right now I'm just saving Relic Shield for the cannon minion. Always good to do that. That was good juke by Karma right there, actually. And we get the cannon minion for Relic Shield, which is nice. Taking a lot of poke still. This is just a really, honestly, this is a really difficult lane for Alistar to deal with. And Sivir in general is just not very good. I mean, like, to be fair, Ezreal isn't a good pick either. But, yeah. Immediately let's go up heal and start healing right here. Okay. This was definitely not worth it. Well, let's see. Let's actually think about, like, is trading my flash worth having lane pressure? Most likely not. Okay, so I go for the WQ. We get it. Sivir. I should have pinged or something, I guess. Like, when you're looking to go in, you should always ping the person you want to go in on so they know that you're looking for it, at least. Like, pinging someone and saying whatever the hell it says, like, wants to go in or what orders you to attack, whatever the fuck that thing says when you ping someone. And it puts a mark over their head. It kind of tells people that you're looking to go in or you're looking for something. I should have done that because Sivir is like over here and she's not really sure what to do right now. She's like, oh, you went in, and then we miss one hit on the boomerang. which maybe doesn't even matter that much. The main thing is that she can't even return any autos until I flash, which is pretty huge. Like, if she knew that I was going in, then we probably could have killed Ezreal there. So I wouldn't say the mistake was me going in, I would say the mistake was me not, like, pinging or saying anything and just, like, going in kind of randomly, I guess. But at least we get lane pressure off this, and we're able to shove the lane out. Kind of have like an awkward gold value right now. Generally you want to back when you can either buy Sightstone or a Relic Shield and like a ward and pot. So having only 500 gold is pretty bad because I either buy Relic Shield and have no potions or wards, or I can buy like Ruby Crystal. Server showed us backed here, and this is really dumb because Ezreal's going to be back soon, then she's going to get forced out of lane and the lane is going to shove onto us. Like, we shoved the lane into the tower and she should have just backed. Because now, like, Ezreal is back right now, and now the minions are going to get shoved into our tower. And she won't be able to farm them. Well, it might freeze because they're not really pushing. Like, the way this lane is set up right now, if you look at the minions, it looks like it will shove in their favor because we have 3 full range creeps and a cannon, almost full cannon and a melee creep up. But the thing is that when you look how far the minions are in their territory, it means that their minion wave is going to get there before ours, so this will actually shove into our direction. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it'll work. Let's see if that's actually how it turns out. Especially if they don't like freeze properly. So yeah, I back him by 2 health potions and a Ruby Crystal. I don't even get a war, which is kind of bad, but I felt like I needed health potions to survive through all this poke. So I just went for that. Alright, our lane is actually shoving onto them, so I was wrong. And right here I'm just trying to soak XP. But I don't know if Karma is in this brush or not, and I don't want to get tagged because I have Wanderer from the utility tree. So if I get tagged by something, then I will get slowed, and then I'll get snared by Karma and take a lot of damage and be forced to blow a health pot. So yeah, right here I'm just saving my Relic Shield charge for the cannon creep. You definitely don't want to use your charge if you're both at full health and there's a cannon incoming soon. The way this works out, I'll be able to use it on like a melee and a cannon. So that's okay. Okay, we're doing a much better job of not taking as much poke anymore, so that's good. I used the Relic Shield charge to heal up Karma a little bit. I mean, Sivir, because she got poked. And now that we have the heal, it's a lot more manageable to not get poked out by this. This is really bad. That was really dumb. Why would I even do that? Like, this cannon creep is dying. What am I even doing? Why would I go up for that? Like, again, this situation where they have creeps and we don't have any creeps, which means not only can they, well, like, not only are we taking more damage from it, but the boomerang from Sivir will do less damage. We don't have any creeps to block their skill shots with. And I'm just getting snared here for free. Oh my god, it takes so much damage for no reason. Wow, that was really bad. I'm probably going to be forced health pot here. I should be using health pot. Oh, we're going for the all-in on Ezreal here. I think he survives. Yeah, if we use heal, he uses heal. So if we track the summoners, we have heal down and ignite down. They have heal down, and I think their flashes are coming up soon. That's another thing I didn't do this game, was time flashes, which is really bad. I should have been timing the flashes. Timing stuff like heal and that is good too, but at this point I don't even time summoner spells enough. Oh, this is really annoying. Headbutt bug. Yeah, at this point I already don't time flashes enough, so like I don't want to overload myself and start trying to train myself to time everything. I'd rather just time myself to train flash first, and then after I get used to that, then I'll start timing everything else also. or like meaningful things. Like Ignite isn't really that meaningful to time, but like Heal is pretty meaningful, and Flash is definitely the most meaningful. So in this situation, like God Even Time flashes, which is really bad. Here we see that Karma went to ward, I think is what happened. Oh, Karma is in this brush. Okay. And she just missed her Empower Q, which is pretty huge. And then I go in for the headbutt pull right here, but it fucking bugs out, which is super annoying. And the headbutt goes off after the pulverize. So annoying. So like Sivir ends up being out of auto attack range when Ezreal should have been right here. So yeah, this whole thing gets fucked up because of the bug, which is really annoying. And we take a lot of poke from that. That was actually like a good all-in, but bugs are fun. Bug has been in the game since like forever too. Ever since they reworked how headbutt and pulverize work, which is like 3 years ago. Oh, that TF ult is not going bottom, but we do get a little bit of pressure off it at least. Atomlane has no heal, and I'm pretty sure that they have no flash. No, I'm pretty sure that their flash is up at this point, so I just assume. And Makai says we're too low, and I'm like, hold it in, just help us shove, dude. And we're like, just wait for the dive, whatever. I'm just spamming my heal right here. I probably should be health potting right now, I don't know why I'm not. I'm trying to get last hits on these to heal, but Sivir keeps last hitting them. So right here, TF pings that he's coming through. The ping right here that says he's on his way. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just stalling right here. I'm trying to make it to where they don't suspect anything, and I go in for the headbutt pulverize on Ezreal. We get him killed immediately, and then I'm just standing here so I don't take the kill pretty much, and we can go for Dragon Melee after this. I was gonna back, but I was like, I guess we can just drag for free. The only thing we have to be worried about is like Anivia and their jungler coming, but at the same time we're 4, and yeah. I built my health pot here because I wanted to tank, just in case they did come, then Maokai could be healthy. But yeah, I probably didn't need to actually build my health pot there. It was more like a safety measure. Also gave me a little bit more mana since biscuits give you like 20 mana or whatever. And here I'll buy Sightstone, and I'm thinking about buying boots right now. I'm like, do I really need boots? And I decided to be a little bit greedy and just go for this. And I need to swap out my trinket. Yeah, there we go. Alright, good, I didn't forget that part. And I pick up a pink ward here. Pink wards are especially good on blue side, because you can put them in the tri-brush, and it's really hard for red side to clear it. And I think like Karma gets a free clear at one point in this game. It's pretty frustrating. Like Maokai and Sivir are nearby, but yeah. Pink wards and tri-brush are really important, because like if you think about it, if Maokai has Moby boots and he comes to this tri-brush and it's pinked, even if they have a ward in the river right here, in the river brush, like, you can't run from a Moby Boots Maokai at that point. Like, it's already too late. Especially with the Sivir ult. So yeah, pink wards in that brush are really important. Not sure when I place it exactly, but... And the fucking thing bugs again. This is so obnoxious. You can see like the pull goes through, but the headbutt affects him afterwards, so he's like knocked up by the pulverize, but not in place. It's so annoying. I'm actually not even sure if it's a bug or if that's actually intended, and it's like I'm just pulverizing too soon or something. I'm not actually sure if that's intended or a bug, but it's really annoying, whatever it is. I think it's... If that is intended, then that's pretty obnoxious that you have to have, like, frame-perfect timing for that. Here, this is, like, I was too busy complaining that I didn't even see what was going on. Let's see if we can actually spot this Anivia coming down at some point when I'm just like bitching for no reason. Well, we spotted Lee. We spot Lee in our jungle from that ward. Maybe we can't really know that because we're in a fight right now. Let's see if we see a Anivia path through here also. So we don't see Anivia path. Oh, we do see Anivia path. And we get a ping from TF. But like, I didn't even notice that while I was in the game, to be honest, because I was too busy bitching. So at this point we know that Lee Sin and Anivia are both coming down bottom. And I'm playing way too aggressive. Like, because I wasn't actually paying attention. I didn't know that they're actually there. But I think this ends up working out for us anyway. So I go for a flash. I flash in, headbutt, pulverize on Anivia, and I drop my ignite on her. And yeah, TF gets stunned here. I drop a ward over here because I don't want Lee Sin to Q in and then ult someone backwards or something. And then we get the stun card on Ezreal here, and then we get pretty much free kill on Karma here as well. Yeah, that was really good by TF. Really good presence of mind for TF to be bottom. After he saw Anivia and Lee Sin walking through that ward. And then, yeah, pretty good play by everyone overall. I see that I have 725 gold right now, and I have 1 stack up. So I want to not only get damage on this tower, but also get enough gold to where I can buy my mobility boots, because I don't want to back and just buy like boots and that's it. So this point I get like 1 CS and stall for a little bit, so I'll go back and I'll be able to buy mobility boots straight up with my 800 gold. Because backing with like 750 would just be really unfortunate. So this point I get mobility boots and I can kind of force myself more in lane, because I can, assuming I don't get hit, then I can kind of walk up really fast and surprise them with high movement speed and go for an all-in or something like that. And also mobility boots on Alistar and supports in general are just really good for roaming. So yeah, go for the headbutt pulverize on Karma here just for some damage pretty much. Like at this point we know that I have sustain and they don't, and I take way too much poke here, but like initially, like this, oh fuck, Karma walked off screen, but like this, Karma had like what, 40% HP, so initially this is fine, right? Like we actually won that trade, and we have sustain with Alistar heal, so this point is completely fine. But then Sivir takes an auto, a Q, another auto, and then we both take a W, and then I take an auto from Ezreal, a Q from Karma, another auto from Ezreal. Like, and after all of that, then it's not worth it. But and then we take another Q from Karma, another W from Ezreal, an auto from Ezreal. Actually, that hit the range creep, but yeah. So now Maokai is coming down bottom. I think this is the part where we force like way too hard. So I try not to get hit by any of the creeps, but I get hit by a ranged minion right here, I get slowed down, and I lose. This is another frustrating thing about playing Alistar on really high ping. Which, like, my ping is like 120, so it's not that high, but if we slow it down, like, I want to hit it on Karma because she's closest, right? So if I W to Karma and Q, then I'll hit Ezreal also. Because, like, I'm not in range of Ezreal, but I am pretty close to Karma. But then, when I go for it right here, I lose vision in that exact second. Let me see if I can rewind it and get it, like, fuck. Either way, you guys know what I'm talking about. Right here. You can see my cursor is on her, and I try to WQ, and in this exact second, I lose vision of her. Like, for some reason, like, I don't even think she walked in her brush. It was just like, I don't know. Either way, and then I fuck up because the thing with playing on high ping is like you can't really use your combo reactively, meaning that if you headbutt, you can't like decide to pulverize in the middle of your headbutt, because if you do that, then it'll just be too late, especially if you're close to your opponents. So what I do on Alistar is I just WQ, like one after the other, like WQ, and oh shit, what did I just do? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I just WQ right after the other, and the problem with that is if you lose vision from the W, then you just pulverize the ground for no reason. So at that point we probably should have just backed out, but then Maokai flashed forward to get the snare, and then I headbutt Karma against the wall, and we trade 1 for 2, and Ezreal gets both kills, and I have no HP. And like, luckily TF roams down it again, like not even with his ult, he just roams over, and I should have been closer, but I didn't want to steal the kill, and I also didn't want him to turn a kill on me. Yeah, so that was pretty bad. Like, we could have avoided ever getting ganked by Lee Sin, because TF wouldn't have had to use his ult to go in. I could have just headbutted him immediately, but I didn't want to die. So yeah, that was bad. And then TF dies here under tower to Lee Sin and Anivia. This is like typically how high-elo games go, though, is like, and this isn't even a ranked game, this is a normal, but there's a lot of high diamond players in here, high diamond 1 players. And this is usually how these kind of games go. Like, bottom lane is just a camp fest, and like obviously we have TF, so it's most games are gonna be like that with TF anyway. But like all these times TF and Anivia just roam me down without their ult at all. So we threw a little bit there, which is unfortunate. We get a pink ward kill here. So I finally placed that pink ward that I bought like a super long time ago. And I think the reason why I wasn't placing it before is because we never had real pressure in the lane. Yeah. So here's where the pink ward gets killed for free, which is really terrible. Like, this, I mean, realistically, maybe Maokai can't just like stop his red to come clear this ward, but and Sivir and Ezreal are trading back and forth, so I don't know. That pink ward is really important though, and it kind of sucks that it died. One thing though that I could have done better is, why not place the ward here, right? Because like if you think about it, like this ward isn't really to give you vision of this area. Like seeing this shit is irrelevant. So like if you put the ward here, like yeah, you will probably only see it like here because this blocks out vision. Like your vision will only be like this, and you'll like see all this stuff, and you won't see as far into here like you could otherwise. But when it's like this and the ward is back here, this means Karma has to be like here to auto attack this instead of being all the way back here. So that way she has to come like further into our territory, and that way she's like more afraid of getting ganked from like this area or something. Whereas right now, like I'm afraid of getting ganked from over here. So yeah, as a general rule, you should always, I feel like you should always just place wards right here. It's probably something I'll change from now on. Like putting ward here is just not really, it's not really a point to it. Yeah, seems about right to me. So like we burn our ward, but she has a sightstone, so who really cares, right? And then we don't have our sweeper back up for another minute and 30 seconds since we have the pre-level 9 sweeper with the 2-minute cooldown. So that ward will be there for like half its duration before I'm able to kill it again. Here I'm just proccing my trinket and trying to heal Sivir up. And here I definitely need to get some wards, so this is good. Alright, here we go. Getting some wards out. Right now I'm like contemplating whether I should roam to middle, and you can see Sivir is too, because we see what's going on top. And like at this point I probably should be like moving my map to see what's going on. I have this habit of always just looking at my minimap and thinking I can like see the situation without actually looking at it. So maybe if I would have been looking, because I could have been like in mid lane by now if I just ran there. Because I have mobility boots and I have Wanderer. If I didn't drop this ward in there, blue side especially, blue buff area, probably could have easily gotten in there in time, maybe turn something around. But like, just looking at it, it looks like it was really bad because they traded 2 for nothing and only Maokai's left. So like going mid at this point would be really dumb, because you can see that Lux and TF are dead. So it's probably good that I didn't go. But I should have looked anyway just to see what was going on. But I figured, like, and here I'm just trying to play tricks with vision. Like if she walked one little step closer, I could have WQ'd her. But she plays it safe. Not sure if she actually had vision on me or not, or if she was just guessing. Yeah. Yeah, with the opportunity, or with seeing Lee Sin top and having them pushed in bottom, I just took the opportunity to get a deep ward on their blue, because we know that it might be spawning sometime in the next 3 minutes. If you think about the timings, it goes 7:20, 12:20, and then 17:20, and you can add on like another minute or something like that. It's like 18:20, assuming there's like some delay in between each blue buff. So we might be able to see when it spawns, and maybe even get the timer on it with that ward, and just generally see when Lee Sin goes to white or whatever, or is looking at path bottom. Here I get the WQ up, but he gets his arcane shift off first, which is, yeah, unfortunate. Here I'm just body blocking. I'm trying to body block both skull shots right here. So Ezreal is the most important, obviously, because Karma's Q will just AoE anyway. So I'm trying to block Ezreal's Q right here, mainly. And also, I think his W gets like reduced damage to targets or something. But I think he's just going to die here anyway because it's one more auto. Yeah, one more auto finishes him off. Now I have way too long on my cooldowns. Let's see, maybe if I would have ulted earlier. See if that would have made a difference. Get 1 auto off, 2 autos, 3 autos, and you had 200 something. You had like 300 health with the Karma Shield. So 3 autos with 200 health. 300 health wouldn't have made a difference, so ulting there is really not big. So here, this is the same issue that I was talking about before. I flash, and I try to headbutt Pulverize combo, but because he uses Arcane Shift, I ended up just flashing, and because I couldn't use my W, I just failed my combo. Pretty embarrassing, but whatever. The main thing I would say about Alistar and Thresh and Blitz, like any playmaking is important in general. And you hear pro players say this stuff too, is like you gotta test your limits at some point. And I think I go and clear this ward at this point because I know that it's still there. And my sweeper comes back up, and we just clear the ward out. And we also go and take the tower here. Yeah, on playmaking champions like this, you just gotta test your limits and not be afraid to fail. Like, yeah, it's pretty fucking embarrassing when you fail, especially on Alistar when you fail your combo and just Pulverize in place, but you have to do it sometime or else you'll never learn how to do it. And, yeah. Can't be afraid to make plays. So right here is kind of unfortunate because I want to upgrade my sweeper, but picking up Face of the Mountain is a pretty big power spike. Not only for the CDR, but also for the active on it. And it just gives you a lot of raw tank stats. So picking up the... pinging that I'm on my way here, which is always important. Using on my way pings a lot is very useful. So get used to it. Yeah, I always try to upgrade my sweeper as soon as I hit level 9, just because it's so useful. Helps you clear out vision. And... yeah, vision is really important. Getting a deep ward at their race right here so we can push mid safely, or maybe even go for a dragon play. Not sure which we go for here. Looks like we're going for dragon, and I can drop a pink ward here to clear any wards if necessary. Yep, clear out the ward at dragon here. Just pretty safe since we have pretty good vision overall on the map right now. I have a deep ward at their blue and by their race. Both of those are mine, I believe. Yeah, the ward at blue is mine because it's not 1820 yet. It will be running out very soon though. So I will look to get another deep ward in there if possible, hopefully. At least I should be looking to do that. I missed last hits on these right here because of the boomerang blade, which is kind of unfortunate. So that ward at blue spots out Zed, and we're just like, fuck that, because at this point Zed is the only person on our team that is actually strong. Like, everyone else is pretty weak. So it's pretty much just like, fuck that shit. And you notice I'm using my sweeper pretty much on cooldown. Every minute, if you can, you always want to be using it. Yeah, and here, I drop a ward here because, like, if Zed is still there, I don't want him to come through the lane and then try to dive us or something, right? So I'd rather just ward this and be safe. Yeah, pretty simple. And because I don't see Zed here, I warn Lux very soon that Zed is going to be top. Zed top. Very soon. And then she starts to run away, and she meets Lee Sin, and then Zed is there. It's like, I tried, but I guess she couldn't really help it in that situation. Like, what can you really do? Like, she did back off right when I said it, so it's definitely not her fault. Oh my god, this part is so dumb. I lag out right here. You see my movements? And my team fucking freaks out at me. See my movements behind me? And my character just standing still. It's like, oh my god. Sigh. And then they're like, well, how did you type? Well, I don't fucking know, dude. But whatever. The interview DDoS. She was like, oh shit, Alistar is coming. DDoS, quick. So yeah, going for all unknown Karma here. And TF's coming in. Not sure if we actually get anything off this, because yeah, he goes over the wall. Maybe I should have went on Ezreal there. I think I was out of range though. Honestly, I wanted to go on Karma because, like, if you look at the okay, Ezreal can always Arcane Shift away. Like, how is Sivir ever going to kill Ezreal? Let's be honest. Which is why I wanted to go for Sivir. Like, we can trade kill on Sivir and then not trade kill, but get a kill on Sivir and then just turn on Ezreal immediately after. Because, like, Ezreal doesn't really have enough kill potential to just turn and kill us after Karma dies. So I really wanted to just go on Karma here, and maybe I should have pinged and told Sivir that, but yeah. Yeah, like 3 more autos on Karma and she would have been dead. That's whatever. I never blame my teammates for focusing on the wrong target in situations like that. I just blame myself for not pinging. Like, if I would have been using my pings more aggressively, then maybe she would have been focusing the target that I wanted her to. I won't even say the wrong target, but just the target that I wanted her to focus. I think focusing Karma in that situation was correct, though. Right here, I'm just pretty much trying to put my presence on the map. And I should be, well, they're invading our blue right now. And this is really bad because Maokai is fucking bottom for some reason. And, like, Lee Sin is invading our blue, and we're also getting our mid pushed. Like, we have to give up our blue or our mid tower right now, and I think we end up giving up both. And it's just like, I don't have my sweeper up. I don't have any wards up. I'm gonna get cut off by Inavir right here. Our mid tower dies. We have the combo on Nivea here. Lux misses her binding. We do get the kill on her, which is fine. Now Karma has joined in. Maokai is still going ham against like 3 people by himself. So he gets taken out. And I don't want to rush into this because I want to try to cut off Zed. But I ended up just combo here, which is really good, and ended up seeing TF. This is one of the reasons why I like Alistar a lot, because against champions like New Lucian, that everyone is raving about how overpowered he is and blah blah. Drado's gone record right now, and I think he's not good at all, but anyway. Tangent aside, Alistar is very good against champions like Zed and Lucian, who are very mobile, or Kassadin. just because like they go in and he has a point click stun pretty much. So in like situations like that where Zed goes in, I can just interrupt or just kill him right when he goes for it. I didn't know if this is worded or not, so my logic is pretty much like it's using sweeper effectively. I just check this and I'm like, oh, it's here. So I clear it because I know that there's a ward right here because I saw them place it. So I try to get over here as quickly as possible. And I get the ward. And unfortunately, blue is down. And I'll go for ward here. I'm thinking about pinking this brush, not the dot brush, but this brush here. But with because Karma Kuma right there, I figured that that brush would be warded, and that she would just clear that pink immediately after. So it's like, not really worth it. So I'll just go and pink this brush and then ward here. Notice how I pink this first, because if they had this warded, then they would see me ward this. So in the event that this part is warded, I want to check to see if it's warded first, so I can get a ward here without them actually knowing it. Right here I should probably be looking to get more wards deep in their jungle, because I see Lee Sin, see Nivea, and I guess we just go in for the all-in. Oh, that was a really good headbutt pull actually, hit both of them. Well, I mean really, more like really bad placement by them, standing right next to each other, but yeah. In here I react too slow with the headbutt, I mean with the pulverize. But it's relatively okay. Right here we probably should have just based and went to kill Ezreal, or like check their red, check their blue, stuff like that. Yeah, I think I go like check their blue right now, and then I go farm bottom, because someone needs to clear out this wave, and I can do it relatively quickly. And I don't actually know this because we haven't been timing anything, but Dragon is spawning soon. I'm really not used to looking at the new timers at all. So Dragon spawns right now, and I saw Zed coming bottom, so I'm like, fuck this, I'm just gonna back off and try to defend Dragon maybe. So Makai gets a word over the wall. There's only 3 people here, so I'm like, okay, get the headbutt pulverize on Zed and Lee Sin, which is pretty okay. But at this point, it's like, fuck it, dude, just get the hell out. Like, no, Sivir, get out of there, buddy. Yeah, because we got the drag, which is fine, and we also got top tower because they're all at drag. Really good trade for us. And right here, I'm just going to tell Sivir wants to back, and I'm like, no, pressure, 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 pressure. When you do this ping like that, one ahead of each other. Because if you look top right now, we have TF pushing in the tier 2, and if we back right now, then he just dies for free. Like there's like nothing even happens. We want to give them, you want to make them, you want to put the enemy team in a position where they have to make a hard decision, pretty much. So like we're pressuring their inhib tower right now, and TF is pressuring top, so they have to make a decision of what they want to do. And like obviously, they can just send 3 people middle, right, and just stop us. But the point is, we want to force them into a hard decision. So like, maybe the other team fucks up and they don't send 2 people top, and they just send all 5 people mid to defend this tower. Then TF gets a free tier 2. Or say they fuck up and send like 3 or 4 people top, then we get pressure on the mid tower. Like, obviously they make the right decision here of only sending 2 people top and sending 3 people middle, but there's always a chance that they'll make the wrong decision because you put them in a tough spot. But at the end of the day, we get like half damage on the inhibitor tower, which is fine. And then we just like, we don't risk anything, just walk out, walk this way, because let me rewind. Because you want to walk this way because we see this get warded, and then we don't want to get like jumped by Lee Sin. Like maybe he, what if we run this way? I don't know if he has mobility boots or not, or what. But say like they path like this, and then he ward hops, and then I don't know, Q's forward, hits someone, and then fucking flashes, and then knock someone back. Like, why even risk that when you can just run in a way that is not gonna put you in danger? Because this way, like, we get cut off by Ezra also. So just, yeah, run down, it's fine. I pinged to go this way, I think. Or I guess I don't. But I kind of like lead the charge, I guess. And right here, this is a pretty bad position because the other team is doing a very good job of pushing middle. And they also see Silver going bottom through that ward. And we get put in a really bad position here. So this is another case of the enemy team trying to put us in a position where we have to make a hard decision. So right here, oh, this is really bad. That Zhonya's was super bad because it forces me, like, if we rewind, Zed gets pulverized. And did he use his W yet? I don't think he used his W yet. Like, at this point, she's in no trouble. Like, maybe I should have headbutted him also, but it wasn't really necessary. It's right here, and then she runs back in for some reason. And then Zhonya's. Like, if you see where I am right now, we could have just ran away, right? But Zhonya's here, and I'm like, oh fuck, now I have to do something to save her. And I'm not really sure who I'm supposed to like headbutt right now. Should have headbutted this Zed, and I'm taking so much damage right now. I should have used my ult because holy shit, look at that damage. I just take so much at one time, and I get stunned, and then I pop my ult at like 150 HP while I have Ignite on me. Or do I have Ignite? I think it's just Morel and Omicron from someone. So yeah, super late ultimate there. And then we just get caught out here. And then Silver tries to go ham. Maybe if like everyone just backed out as soon as I died, it would have been okay. But everyone ends up dying here, so yeah. But my mistake there was maybe I should have just headbutted Zed backwards. For some reason, Lux felt like she was unsafe, so maybe if I just I shouldn't have even said that, to be honest. It's like, it's really dumb to say shit like this in chat, because it just puts your teammates on tilt, and or like I don't know, it's just kind of passive aggressive. It's not even really passive aggressive because it's more like full on aggressive. But I mean, it's not really that. I didn't really say anything toxic or anything, but it's just saying stuff like that is dumb in chat. There's really no point. I fuck up again here, I'm pretty sure. I try to flash and headbutt, but I'm out of range, so I just fucking pull the ground like a retard. Like a moron. Sorry if that was offensive to anyone. Although maybe moron is offensive too, I'm not really sure. But anyway, we just clean up there. Sorry I didn't really talk through that. Nothing really special happened, and this has already been like an hour long, so I don't want to keep it dragging on too long. But yeah, we just go for a free Baron here. Silver pressures Nivea off, and I also use my sweeper inside the Baron pit just in case there's a ward in there. I tank the Baron with my ult before Maokai gets there, just so in case the Nivea, you know, tries to contest or anything, we can just be at full health. And my ult is such a low cooldown since I have 40% CDR right now. Yeah, there's no real point. I have 40% CDR because I run 5% in my runes, and I also have 5% in my masteries, and I have Frozen Heart and Facing Mountain, so 40%. I'm not really sure if Frozen Heart was the best pickup here. I felt kind of conflicted because they had a really fed Zed, and then they also had like Lee Sin and Ezreal, but at the end of the day, like, when you think about it, none of those champions really use attack speed very much, so maybe Frozen Heart wasn't the best option. But I like the mana and the CDR that it gives, and also just gives me a lot of armor, so that was pretty nice. The other thing I was considering was just going Locket, which is what I'm going for next. Even though I'm already capped for CDR, the Aura is going to be nice against Karma and Anivia. Here I'm just getting a deep ward because we want to push mid. Basically what we want to do is TF pretty much wins the game right here. TF has a lot of good ults this game. What we want to do is we see Zed bottom, so we want to pressure middle. But the thing is, like, it's really hard to pressure against Anivia. So we have to look for a pick here. So I catch out Karma and I ward this just so we can see where they're going, and then TF ults. Really good ult, and he's able to catch out Karma here. I get the headbutt pulverize, and then Lee Sin goes way too hard for this kill. He should have just pieced out over the wall, and now they both die. And now we have a free inhib tower, which is huge against a team with Anivia. Getting an inhib tower down against like Anivia or Ziggs or Orianna, these champions are so good at wave clearing, is really important. So we get a free inhibitor here. Zed is still bottom, so we're looking to pressure right now, and then we draw out the TP, which is all we want to do, right? Because with Zed pushing bottom, ooh, super dies there somehow to Anivia. Yeah, with Zed pressuring bottom, we want to blow his TP or end the game, is basically what we're saying. Like, we have 5 mid against 2. We're basically telling him, if you don't TP, then we're going to win the game. So by going on Ezreal, even if we are not able to kill him, we force out the TP. And we were actually able to kill him as well, so that was good. And here the game is not over by any means, but it's going to be really hard for us to lose at this point. So I'll headbutt Pulva on Zed before his ult finishes again. Lets us get off for free. I think TF was forced to flash there also, but that's okay. I don't think Zed or TF has Hourglass this game, because he was laning against Anivia and Zed was top, so. I'm gonna pick up Aegis, and the Aegis Orb will be really nice against Karma and Anivia, like I was saying before. And yeah, the reason why it's going to be hard for us to lose at this point is because their one strength is pretty much, or the one thing that they could fall back on is pretty much that, like, they could wave clear forever with Anivia, but now that they have an inhibitor down, it's going to be a lot harder for them. And another TF ult goes in. This one is kind of iffy. I don't think that was the best pulverize, actually. Just pulverizing Lee Sin. Oh, if I waited like one more second, I would. Oh, I do catch Zed. Oh no, I don't. Wow, if I waited like one more millisecond, then I would have caught Zed. But I wasn't even trying to do that though. So, speaking just like of what I could have done better, pulverizing Lee Sin right there is definitely a bad idea. What I should have done is headbutt him right here. Oh my god, never mind. What the fuck? I should have just headbutt pulverized this entire group, I think. Who is that? It's Ezreal, Anivia, and Zed. Yeah, all their carries. I could just headbutt pulverize that entire group, I think. No, I wouldn't have been able to. And like, Anivia's already dead. Yeah, that actually wasn't really very good. Yeah, what I should have done was just headbutt Lee Sin backwards this way, and then use my pulverize to knock up Zed to stop his ultimate. But instead I end up like just knocking Zed away, which does nothing, and pulving Lee Sin, which did nothing, and I'm pretty useless in this entire team fight. And right here is like kind of a small tip for Alistar, I guess. If you notice, watch my pathing. I path backwards a little bit this way so I can get the actual combo on him, because there's this like sweet spot where you can't, at some ranges it's pretty much impossible to headbutt pulverize, at least on my ping. Like, I can't do the combo fast enough to where the pulverize actually goes off, so I end up just headbutting them away. So like, this is a sweet spot where it's really hard for Alistar to actually combo you, and he's also not in range to just straight up pulverize you. So if you watch my pathing, see how I path backwards a little bit? I path to the side so I can get the headbutt pulverize combo on him. So that's just a little bit of a tip right there. And we get kills. And I'm pretty sure we can't finish the game here. Maokai says that we can, but like, we look at Sivir's health, she has no health. We have this huge wave top. I'm like, can we really end the game when and if he has so much wave clear, and Lee Sin I think still had his ult, could knock us away, and Sivir is so low HP, like why not just take the free inhib top? Maybe we could have ended, but this was just like the safer play. If you get 2 inhibs, it's pretty much impossible to lose. And like Anivia goes way too far forward here. Like, yeah, and I just WQ, kill her. Another bug right there happened again. See that my pulverize goes off, but she gets knocked away with the headbutt. A+ 3 times in one game. Good job, right? And this is again, Zed gets pulverized. You can tell my focus in these team fights is just literally just pulverizing Zed. I think like in every time Zed ults, I'm always there to just pulverize him. Yeah, so this is the end of the game, and yeah, this is like, what, an hour long or something? Yeah, pretty much an hour. So this is how I analyze my games, and wait for the victory screen. Yeah, victory. Yeah, this is how I watch the replays of my games, and it's also a lot better to use OBS or something to record like I did, because then you can actually see where you're looking on the screen and where you're mouse clicking. Yeah, so this is how I watch my games and see what I can improve on. And you can see, like, even though I'm Diamond 1, there's still a million things that I can improve on and a ton of things I did wrong this game. And yeah, just off the top of my head, like timing summoner spells, Flash especially, looking at the jungle timers for Dragon and Baron and buffs and stuff like that. There are a few opportunities where I could have got more deep wards. I took way too much Rast in lane. I took a ton of free autos from Karma and Ezreal when I didn't have to. I didn't ping aggressively enough on targets I wanted to kill, which led to Sivir focusing targets that I didn't want her to, which could have been fixed by me using more aggressive pings. The last team fight, not the last one, but the team fight in the mid lane where I could have knocked Lee Sin away with my headbutt and then pulverized Zed instead of doing whatever the hell I did, just pulverizing Lee Sin for no reason. There are a few times when I messed up my combo this game. I think like 3 times where I missed my combo. One, I missed the vision because of the vision in the bot lane. Another time I tried to flash after Ezreal in the bot lane when he was running towards Dragon. And then another time when Ezreal was at our wolves, I tried to flash again and screwed up again. So yeah, those 3 times all could have been avoided by better mechanical play, so I have that to improve on. And then another 3 times the headbutt pulverize combo just bugged, or whatever you want to call it, intended or bug, whatever it is. That happened 3 times. And also I should be using my looking around the map more with my camera. Like when I was looking to go mid lane, I didn't look to see what the status of the fight was before getting my deep wards, so I didn't know whether deep warding or going to the fight was the optimal choice. The case was that getting the deep ward was the optimal choice, but it could have been that roaming to the fight was the better choice, but I couldn't make an actual informed decision because I wasn't looking on my screen. Yeah, so those are the things that, just off the top of my head, I think there were more that I took away from this game and that I will be looking to improve on in my future games. So yeah, maybe you guys can't watch in that much depth as I did, but there are certainly things that you can watch and learn from just from watching it play, because like I said earlier, it's a lot easier to see your mistakes when you're spectating than when you are actually playing it yourself. So yeah, I hope this helped you guys out, and yeah, if you want to see more videos like this where I'm just critiquing my own play and kind of explaining what I'm doing at the same time, just let me know and I'll make more of those videos. And I think that's about it. So I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.